Hello and welcome to the People Chronicles Storied Women. I am Anna Rosengara Milch and I am your host. I am also the author of Lunch with Lucille. Lunch with Lucille is a story of how one woman took an adversity in her life and made it an advantage. So what we do is we bring women from our community to share their stories so that we can learn from them as well. And today I have a very special guest, and her name is Martha Alvarez-Taylor. Welcome, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
So you know that there's one question that everyone who comes to the Storied Women answers, and that is, what is the takeaway? What is it that you want us to remember from our little chat today?
What I can say from my own experience is through education and hard work and perseverance and consistency, we can get whatever we want in life and never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
And I think when you say that we can get whatever we want in life, what I was hearing is we will get whatever we want in life. You know what I mean? It's kind of the formula, that the consistency, the perseverance, and hard work. I mean, it's never easy.
It's never easy.
Right.
The path is not easy, but we can get there.
We can get there for sure, for sure. So tell me now, do you think though that the hardest things, the hardest times in our lives lead us on a path to achieving our goals? I mean, do you think that it's that adversity in our life or that struggle in our life that really sets us on a path?
I think the struggles in life, and depends on how your perspective on life is too. Mm-hmm. But the struggles in life help us to say, okay, if this door closed, if you are like a go-getter, say, oh, maybe another one is gonna be open. And just try and try. That's the reason of my message, that never get up. Just try to do something else. Maybe I had to do it in a different way. And then that something was maybe hard to overcome turns in something positive at that point.
So tell me, what has happened in your life that brings you to that point?
Oh, I have been through a lot of stuff. I can say that now, but I'm at the other side. When I came to this country, due to political circumstances in my country where I was kidnapped, and I had to leave the country.
Okay, so come back a little bit, because you kind of rolled
Jump
over that. You just rolled over that. So in your home country,
yes,
you're saying that you were kidnapped.
Correct.
By whom?
Just the guerrillas at that time.
Just the guerrillas?
Yes.
What? Okay. For someone who comes from the United States, and we're not accustomed to that type of speak, you know, and I know it's hard for you to speak about. I would think that it's hard for you to speak about even to this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you could explain what you mean by that.
I was held hostage for a couple of days. I had my son. I had a nanny. I had a driver.
And you were going to work?
I was going to work.
Okay, you were working for a Colombian company or a?
No, it was a multinational company. That's Nestle and Alcatel at that time.
Okay.
I gave them everything what they asked me. But I had the power to do it at that point. But I get to the point I had a boss too, and they told me that, hey, we are doing this because we need more money.
So you tried to work with them?
Yes.
And tried to...
letting them work on the lines, on the projects, what we were doing, giving them materials that they may not need, but it was not enough. And then they did that, and then when they the company paid the ransom, they let me go. But they say it may happen again, then I never come back.
Oh, so you could have been kidnapped again, even after the ransom was paid?
Correct.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So what was the decision that you made at that point?
The decision I made was I cannot stay here. And then with my parents' help, I said, okay, I had to leave the country and live somewhere. I had a cousin here, and my parents helped me to establish it up here. I knew I was living my life back.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. How do you leave? Because, I mean, it's, you know, many people leave their countries, you know, by choice or whatever. But in those circumstances, I mean, you're leaving under extraordinary circumstances. Yeah,
yes,
and you're leaving it all behind. I mean, so as far as that's never, I'm guessing it was never, ever in the plan.
It was not even the plan. My plan was just to live there, managing my company. I was the director of the communication projects nationwide. Never was in my plan just to come here just to visit. That was the plan, but never like to live permanently. And then when that
So
happened,
how old are you when you leave permanently?
I was 32 years old with a less than a 1 year old child.
Wow.
That was not an easy decision.
Do you speak English at the time?
Nope, zero English.
Zero English.
Yes.
So
But-
how do you get on the plane and how do you get off the plane if you don't?
At that point, my more important thing was to be alive and
Okay.
keep my son alive and don't put him in risk.
Yes, I get
Then
that.
I just packed my luggage and came to this country with full of dreams and see what happened. At that point, it was like, we'll see what happened here. My parents helped us to establish, but I was something, like you said, I'm gonna make something a point. I had a goal, and I say, okay, I'm gonna start over my life, and one day I will be working as an engineer again, and that was my goal. One day, I didn't know how long it's gonna take, but that was my goal, and I said to get there, I need to learn English.
So you have to learn English.
Yes, if I wanted to
If you
work in
want
my
to-
career
Right.
and get my style of living that I used to have in my country or hometown at this point.
Right.
Then I came, we find an apartment with my parents. I found a school where I could go to study, and I started working in very odd jobs. Whatever came in front of me, I did.
The odder the better.
Yeah, yes. And when my husband, he laughed at me, but sometimes he said in Colombia I had a nanny. Up here I was a nanny.
Oh, well.
And but I turn it around, and that's nothing wrong to do
Right.
any odd jobs. It's just working towards that goal that was to be working as an engineer. Then I used to go to college to learn English on Fridays 6 to 10, Saturdays 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I did that for a year. That helped me to communicate.
Right.
And with that little tool what I had in my hands, I was brave enough again to change town, and I moved to Philadelphia. I had a friend over there.
So you went so you knew somebody in Philadelphia. You went from Florida to Pennsylvania?
To Pennsylvania.
Wow.
And that was a big change.
That's a big change.
And that was the only friend that I had. She could be maybe in Texas or, California, I don't know, but she used to live in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. I went, I met her. I worked there also, different jobs.
You take your son with you?
No, my parents helped me and stayed with my son for a month.
For a month, okay.
I came for a month just to see how that works.
Okay.
And that's what she helped me to get these nanny jobs with two rich families. And they treat me very well, don't get me wrong. I love the kids. Thanks God, nothing happened to them. And that's when I start building my life again. And then I decided to move my family, and my parents moved with me.
And you remarried?
I remarried in Philadelphia. I met my husband of 15 years now.
That's wonderful. He's a good man.
My kids are in college now. He has a daughter and I have a son. And little by little, I built it up. And then I'm just very grateful we are alive. That's my main thing for me.
Yeah. But you're also not only just alive, but you're also you've made a life. You have made an extraordinary life. I mean, you have a great career, a wonderful family.
Yep, I'm trying to.
And you're a nationalized citizen?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes, I am a U.S. citizen. Like I said, when I get that little, diploma that they gave you, that was like, okay, that's one of the dreams. And I realized it, but it's because the path, like I said, has not been easy. It's not a rose, petals of roses, but the consistency and that desire to get ahead has helped me to move forward. And that's the message. When I do some trainings or talk to some people, I said, doesn't matter. Education is not only education with a college degree. Any kind of education, and learn the language, immerse yourself in the culture where you are, without being yourself. Because I'm Colombian, and I eat Colombian food, but I'm in the United States, and love and appreciate they receive me and give me the opportunity, and it's what you made with that opportunity that is given to you.
It's wonderful. I think you give us a really good message, telling us that it takes perseverance and to never, ever, ever give up. Never give up. Yeah. I'm so glad you came to our show today to share your message.
Thank you for having me again.
And thank you for listening.